You did? Okay. I'll finish. So, yes.
Now libraries add.
Okay. So, slowly.
Okay.
Don't move so fast. Have you done that? Yeah. Finish. Click the finish the way it is. Also do the same. So I want you to right click on the. Yeah. No, not get to the property. Open the Azlib. Open the Azlib on the. What you do is just open it. Okay, you're seeing my screen.
Yeah.
So what you do is just open it.
Okay.
Browse it. Browse it on Eclipse.
There are either on server.
When you look at it from Eclipse, the first time you created the module, there's only one source directory in Eclipse. Okay?
Yes.
But you have the client, the server, and the shared. Okay?
Yes.
So what that means is that Eclipse is only when you're going to build it, by default it only takes one path Java files where the Java files are. So we are going to add the other two. Right. And adding the other two is we're going to right click and go to properties. What you are doing?
Click
And
property.
go to properties.
Source.
Yeah, you get to source.
Okay.
Then you click add folder.
Add folder. Come source.
Source. What is source? Source. Add folder. Add folder is you open the client. Don't select, but just expand it.
And yes.
Also expand the shared. Yeah, expand the shared also.
Shared also.
Expand the shared. Expand the client.
Okay.
So from the shared, click the SRS.
SRC.
So you've done that. That is exactly SRC. And then the other side, also SRC. Also do that. Done that. You've all done that. Yeah, that's right. Okay. So okay.
Okay.
So okay. That's okay. So now okay. Okay.
Okay.
You okay?
Again okay.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
So you expand again. Now you'll see now that there are three source folders that are being recognized by Eclipse. Okay?
Okay.
The server, the client, the shares. So that is the default SQL module structure.
Okay.
Okay? So you have errors. So you need to do one thing, that is to add dependencies. So you right click and go back.
Right click and properties.
On the Azlib, yes. Right click, properties. You go to the libraries.
Libraries.
Add library, not external. Add the user libraries. Yes. Add the user libraries. Then you add all of them.
Libraries. Add libraries.
All of them.
User library.
Yes.
And ATK.
Added it. Okay.
Okay.
Yes. Added.
List. All three.
Yes. Okay. So you still have some errors. Okay.
Okay. List. Yeah.
We still have some errors. So okay, we will get to that. So first, for now, ignore the errors. Okay.
Go.
So by default, you have the structure there. So I've told you in the server side, you took the notes. We have the client, the share, the server. So on the right now, probably you only have two classes in the server side. You don't have any class in the share. You don't have any class in the client. You can cross check. There's nothing yet. The structure
Viewer
is
library
there.
model.
In the client and share, there's nothing. Only packages.
Yes.
So it's just empty for you to be able to create the structure. So what we shall do for now is that I want to explain to you the XML files. Okay? The XML files I told you are in the server side. Okay? The server folder. Okay? So what you do is these are the Java class where the folders where Eclipse is going to look for the Java files to build. But what I want you to do is get to the okay, before we get there, on the root folder we have module info, the properties.
Yeah.
Module info, the properties. When you click on it, it has just details about the name of the module. Okay? So you supply this when you're doing the mask. Remember the module description when you are typing.
Yes.
As well as you go and you say you're going to do that.
Yeah.
So all that information about the module is put there. So when you're masking, mask is going to get some of this information, and in the mask you see the details about the module. All this will be there. So so you have the class part, the properties, where you have the names of the class, the jars that are going to be loaded by the Java class folder. So what you do is you get to the server, open the server folder. You open the server folder. Yes. So there are many files here. I'm not going to explain to you each file. I'm going to explain to you only the files that matter so much. Okay? For instance, readme.txt is real. I'm not going to explain that. You can open it and adventure and then find out. Okay. So what is very important is the manifest.mf. Manifest.mf. Now, yes. Now, the manifest.mf is very important when you're going to do dependencies, when you're masking, when you're doing a mask, installing the module in SoClass. Okay? When you're installing the module in SoClass will check for module dependency and kernel dependency to check if those modules already exist. If they don't exist, you'll not be able to do the installation. Okay? So here we have module kernel dependency is 2.2.2. Okay? So anything more than that, you should be able to what do you have on your machine?
2.8.
28.
2.2.8 because we changed.
Okay. So you can leave it 28, you can leave it like that, or you can change.
Okay.
Okay. So you were asking me about adding. Yes. So this is where you're going to do what? To do the adding. So as you can see here, you selected the EMF. That's why you have this EMF.
Side.
You don't have EMF. Yes. So
So report.
so you didn't select report, so you don't have EMF. Yeah, but that's fine. That's okay. We'll be able to do that. So the ADT commands as a config. So this corresponds to, if you remember the folder, this corresponds to this.
Yes.
Okay? So if you want to remove them, you can just remove. Or if you want to reduce the version of the dependency, you can reduce here. Now this version, let's say EMS, corresponds to this EMS. Check this line. Are you seeing this line where the cursor is?
Yeah. 1.4.
Yeah. So the EMS I should be greater than or equals to 1.4.2. So this release is the release of your UN as a lead module. Okay. So so you have that information there. So that's it. So the name of the client, jar. When you're building, this is the default. Telling Ant that you want this name to be. These are the names that you want for the module. So that is in the manifest of MF. It's very important. You need to know that. Okay? You need to take note of this. Very important. You'll have issues with you. So these other ones are just copies. In case you messed up your manifest, you can be able to look at the template here and then make other things. Okay. So okay, so another file. Okay, this is important. Now, property dot.
Build property.
Okay, right now you build a property, maybe maybe having some other long things. They're not relative path.
Okay.
You see? Yes. So you have multi properties. The down, no the left. Dual property. No, go back to left. Go where you are. No. Dual property. Yes. Click. Double click. Go down. Just go to tab. It's properties. Sorry. Yes. So, what you have in the build or directory, when you created a first module, it is giving you the absolute path. But because you're going to use your module from your machine and you put it on the server, that path you have on your laptop is different from the one on the server. So you need to correct that. Make it relative to the structure of that, of where you put in the UN module. So you're going to add a layer. It's like you're switching back to the editing of everything should point to the global properties. So that's how you're linking your module to the global properties. Okay? So you in the shared client and server, do this. Dot 3 slashes. Take it 3 slashes. Yes.
Do you need to change it?
Sorry?
Do you need to change?
Yes.
Please change.
That means we are one dot means we are going to the server. One dot means we are going to the ASCII. One dot means we
I'm
are
going to
going to
explain that. I'm hoping we don't run out of paper. We will just. Let me explain it here. So you have as a word, okay?
ADT build.
You have ADT, ADK,
ADK.
then you have the field, right?
Yes.
Then here you have the UN,
Yes.
you have as a lead,
Yes. We have server
you have the server,
and build that properties.
you have the
So,
you have the server, you have the client, you have the shared. So inside here you have the
Not
field.
inside.
So you're saying, I want to move 3 steps back. The 3 steps back is you're moving from this 1, 2, 3 back, and then I want to go to 1, 2. So you're moving 1, 2, 3 steps back, and then inside the edited group. You're moving 1, 2, 3, and then you get it inside the group.
Build. Okay.
same in server, client, and shared. We need to do
Yeah,
same in three
Yes,
files. Okay. In server,
Shape one button.
yes, we need to save it. Save server, client, view dot properties. One,
It's in front of you.
Take it in the save method.
no, not slash at the first. Not slash at the first. Client and now to the server, now shared.
So also do that.
Build the properties.
Remember? What?
One,
Okay. There is one. So when you're done with that one, there is one property, build property, which is outside inside the home folder. The home folder. So that
Yes.
one is the one.
come.
Server
But
shared mark.
This one.
Build the properties inside the home folder. Yes.
Yeah. So you have to. Two steps.
And in this 2 steps.
Shared with
No, that's 2 steps.
This is 2 steps. This
Yes.
is
shared. Inside share.
No, sure it is, yeah. You want to, yeah, that's
2 steps.
Inside shared, how many steps was it?
3 steps.
Okay.
Inside shared, build the properties 3 steps. 1, 2, 3.
That's good. Okay, are we good?
Yes.
Okay, so um, so we looked at the dual properties. So you realize in every one of those folders, the client, the server, the
Shared
shared,
and
you have the
outside.
class path. I already talked about the class path, and it's very important. When you look through here, the class path is giving you the actual reference to the classes. So these, see what I've highlighted? That which I've highlighted is a variable which is defined in the global property. So you've done the dot slash that educate or build to make sure that you are able to associate to find the direction of the build of the global property file. Okay? Now, when you are building, you are making a reference to. So this is where if you're getting confused, you tell me so. It's not very important. You understand that I don't want to confuse you right now. So you change the I've told you dot slash something. So in the Builder XML, this is the AND script. Okay? So you realize one thing. Builder XML is referencing, is calling the Builder properties file. Okay? Okay? Now, the Builder properties file here is, just stay with me here. Okay. Let me take an example. I'm in this server side. We have the Builder property and then the Builder XML. So in the Builder property, we have the build directory. Okay? Okay?
Yes.
I'm going really slow, but if it confuses you, I will stop and I will talk about it.
No, we are with you.
Okay. So then I'm opening these two files. Builder property and then the builder XML. So in the builder property, we have builder directory. There's a variable called builder directory, and its value is what?
This is all the more.
Okay. So in the builder XML, we are referencing the property called builder properties. Because they are on the same folder, you can reference it directly in the same folder, okay? You're not putting any dot or something. Now, in the builder property, we are able to find this variable here. So this variable here is defined in the builder property here. Is that right? Now, in this builder directory, we are referring the global property. Okay?
Yes.
It's as if I'm doing this. As if I am copying. It's like I'm pointing to the global dot property. Okay? Is that clear?
Yes.
Now, in the
Class path.
I talked about the class path properties, okay? Okay, I talked about the class path, the properties, okay? Now the class path, the properties is now going to have location of the jars being referenced in the global property. Now, let me get one of these jars. So the EMS, the shared, I'm going to open my global properties. You see, this is okay. I'm going to open my global properties. I should have this file. I'm going to so I'm going to search. I'm going to find this is the one I've copied for my class partner. I should have the reference to it as this. So this is referencing a jar that. Okay? Got it? Are you with us? Okay. You could as well point to the actual direction. But if you specify the absolute path, then when you're moving your project to the live server, you have to change that. But if you do this relative path, I can give you my project and you will still be able to view it, provided you put it in that main folder. Okay. So that is with the XML for compilation. Okay. We are not yet done. We thought we are now in the hard part, but we are not yet there. Now we have what we call a sum. You tell me when to stop, when you need a break. So, you want to take some notes on what we just discussed?
This one, build property.
Yes, just take a few. Some big notes before I go to the sum. 2 minutes? Let's do 1 minute. I'll give you 1 minute. Take the notes.
It has a related argument for individuals.
Yeah, which points to go to the
Yeah,
data.
even for the server only.
Hmm?
And it is related, you can move your project
Nothing, just
from one machine to another.
paste this file is given in the right property. Okay, that's all.
And
Now
you can see that
you want to
very
note
easy.
creating a model and
Basic.xml.
this is about the property.
Exactly. Yeah.
Properties file.
Yeah. Yes, that's right.
I'll do it. We go to which is file, properties file, one main first. Main first particular content.
That means
Depending on the
build.xml
information.
is to build the property.
Correct? Do you understand
Dependency.
Exactly.
This is your unbuilt
You gave a direct
build
one.
that we are this contains path. Files. It is created.
So also we want
It points to the
are for the
it points to
also
the
the packages are for the
it points
Yes.
and this is right away from my table.
Yes.
These are from my job folder. These are for the one.
to
Exactly. So basically, what you have there, that is just
You need to change it to that?
still pointing to the same file.
Yes.
So that's what I did.
This is only from the source
so
perspective.
we can
Dot Java file.
This Java file, exactly.
So if you have to create a class file that is going to be
Inside.
Yeah.
Yes, inside. And if you break them in there, outside those parts,
This is
not
part.
Okay. Because it is showing the package.
class path of properties contains class path of properties only so build.xml contains काम करने के हाथ है ना राज्य काम करने एंटरप्राइज good. The transfer is also plus button.
When transfer from
Okay,
application.
1 minute is done.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, wait over 1 minute. So, okay. We go to the song folder. So this is very critical. The other one was critical, now this is very critical. You need to understand this. So you get to the song folder.
Inside the server?
Inside the server.
Some folder,
I
okay.
told you, the client, the share, the server.
So-
The server has this. There are two
Configuration
critical files that are in the server
side.
folder. These are very critical, and you are calling the song. Okay.
Okay.
So that's what I'm going to explain now. Now, in the song, you have the config folder,
Okay.
the DB folder, the format folder, the info, the language, the install, SRS, XML, and the Combo XML, and the other one. So I'm going to talk to you on the ones that are very important. I will start with the easiest, and the easiest is the DB. No, okay, language. Language is we don't use this locally. Yes, but for that, you said it very well. If in case, well, the modules that we go, we put, so they can run in Arabic countries, English countries, French countries. So you have to have that in mind that you should be able to convert languages using language translation. Okay? So the DB, the database, if you have a module, not every class or Ascuna World module has a database feature. Okay. So not every, so if you don't have, if it doesn't have it, at least 80 people, let's take as it is, soon, when as it
Acid
is,
breeze.
it doesn't
So
have any database files.
Yeah, DB is
It is empty.
DB is
How?
empty.
So that
it has to do only with the management.
exactly. So that like reference classes, you're not doing any transaction. So let's get to as you leave the module. So the DB classes are operating tables. So you don't have the XML files yet, but just ignore. I have the XML files. I already moved the step ahead. Just show you. So you have the table structures. When you're doing your masking, it will read from the azlib.create.xml to create the table. So you can list all the tables in your module. You don't have this yet.
Yeah, we don't have it.
Yes. So the install azlib underscore insert with XML. When you create it, it's going to be used. Let's say, for instance, you have reference tables. You're designing your application, and you want to create a reference table. Let's say, for instance, there was something in the ASCII entry about the make. Is it the make of the car? There is you have the list, the task list. The issues that you're supposed to do.
Okay.
There is 21 issues that you need to do. There's one that says on arrival note, we need to drop down this record type.
So reference table.
Yeah, so you want to have a lookup or a lookup. So like the values are already known. Okay? So you can insert the values there. So if I'm installing my module, the values from here get to be inserted in the database. Okay?
yes.
Okay. I get worried because so this is very critical. I can if you're getting confused, you can stop.
No, we are following you.
So this is database. Then here, these are config files. These are like you don't want a default, when you're writing your code, for instance, you don't want to put hardcode strings in the source. Okay? So you will use the property files to put that. Like say for instance, let's give an example. I don't have a good example in my head, but just anything that you want, you don't want to hard code. Let's say for instance, if I wanted to put name in my source, okay? I have a class file, class name, and then I have a variable. I have called it
Path
name,
variable.
Yes.
and I've called it a shim.
Okay, like path.
Yes. So, this is not a very good way of doing things. So basically, I will get to my properties, properties. I'll put name equals to shim. Then from here, if I'm using it, I say get property whose key is name. Okay?
It is
So I'll
same.
be able to get the name, what is the value here.
Encapsulation.
It is same as final variables that or the constant classes we will be using.
No.
No.
Encapsulation. You don't play with the parameters. You go through the function.
That's what I mean.
You don't get to the variable hardware, but you get to the function call.
Yes. More like that. More like that. Actually, yeah, that explains it. Do you get what it means?
Yes, I get him, but is it quite similar to the constants or something like that? That
No,
will be fixed?
not constant. You explain to him, let him understand.
The encapsulation level, see the variable that's not.
Okay, just wait. You were developer, right?
Yes.
So, you've done Java, you've done some other languages. Connection strings.
Yes.
You don't want to have code connection strings in the application. Your password, username,
Yes.
password,
Yes.
username and password on the Java file.
Yes.
So you want to use property files
For that, yes.
So that is the same concept. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. So the property files will be for that. You have the database, and then what is important now is the install of SRC and the prop of XML. So I'm avoiding the install of SRC because it's like the major classes. So we are in the problem XML. Okay? The problem XML, when I'm installing my module, what I have in the problem XML is what will, when you install your module, it prompts you for what? Is a database connection. Okay? I think you remember that? It prompts for the database connection. Right?
Yeah.
So these connection variables are defined in the problem XML. You've seen the it's called group is type is connected. So you have the driver name, the URL, username and password. These are when you're doing your installation, it will ask you for that. So we get to this install of XML. Now this is the last one. If you understand if you don't understand all other things, please make sure you understand install XRC with XML. Because now this is the core. You will never avoid this. Okay? This one you will interact with it all the time. All the time. I mean all the time. Now, install SRC is the core file in the source. Like it is named install SRC is for installing dependencies or that you document into the Socrates server. Okay? Now, unfortunately I can't use the pointer. if I can point.
Yeah, you can.
Point, but I can't. Wait, I can actually drag move. That's why I'm seeing from the perspective.
Okay.
So, okay, so what I'm going to get to is here. Okay. The DB manager, where you have the DB manager, okay? So what I'm saying is, example. So the DB manager is I'm telling SoClass that my module expects to make a connection to the database. Yes. So this DB manager, the first set that as lead driver manager, if you remember that. So basically, what I'm telling SoClass here is that okay, the install SRC is referencing the values there. So SoClass is not looking at the program XML, it's looking at the install SRC. So the Azure driver manager is being obtained from what? References are being obtained from what? From the program XML. So I'm telling SoClass, I want to get this connection from the user when they are doing the masking. Okay? So I also want to get this connection, the DCM. I want to get this detail, this username, password, and database connection when I'm doing my masking. And then I also want to get storage, multimedia connection when I'm doing the masking. Now, we have about four connections. Now, when you've selected the EMS, remember you've selected the EMS, multimedia. Now, there are about two core tables for multimedia, core connections. The multimedia inf and then the storage. This is where you have the details about the multimedia and the actual storage of the multimedia. So these two database managers, the first the multimedia info and the storage will be used for attachments. Storage management of the storage attachments. So the first one will be used for the normal details of the e-document, the transaction details. Okay? Now, then the second one, which is the DCF. The DCF is a special kind of class which is used to do what? To handle, let's say for instance, I want to track. I want to show the status of what? When you right click on e-document, you're seeing the statuses that it was updated, it was created, it was historization, some kind of audit trail of the activities that has happened in the e-document. They are kept with special tables in SoClass called classified under DCF. Okay? So here you have, say for instance, you have 1, 2, 3, 4. History table keeps copies. If I update a document, the older version is kept in this table called the table name is this. Okay? If, for instance, I want to know the statuses, an operation has happened of the document, that is kept in the table called the track. Okay? Right. If there are concurrent users, if you are accessing a document, yes, exactly. Concurrency is handled in the logs. So if I retrieve a document and I'm working on it, you will not be able to retrieve it. You can only view it because viewing does not update. Okay? Mm-hmm. So that is what is install SRC, the database connection aspect of it. Okay. Now we move to the next part, which is okay. Here I'm not explaining this basically. If you look through here, what it's doing is it's getting the details in the config directory. Remember the properties I was telling you. So what it does here is that when you look at this config directory, so I'm telling Focus that get into this directory config, and all this information here will be of interest to me. Okay? When I'm doing my other installation. It is also picking from the language, it is also picking from the format. So another thing which I'm sure is now very well familiar with you is the BU. The BU is what?
Business unit.
Business unit, yes. So I already created one business unit called the library manager. Okay? It's like a role. So I've created one role, and then there's what we call the binder.
Why it's not inside our install on this SRC?
It's not, because I told you I did something. I wanted to use it to explain to you guys.
Okay.
Yes. So you don't have it yet because it's not done anything. So the binder is what Socrates uses to associate the classes, special classes. It is the binder actually symbolizes the document itself. Okay? Yes. With the binder, Socrates is able to tell that the server side of this document is server side classes to be executed is S application. Remember the S class is the structure that I'm telling you about it. Is this the DOM, the logical presentation layer? I'm telling Socrates that the physical presentation layer for this module of mine is this. The logical presentation layer of my module is this, and the connector, document connector. The client, remember the structure?
Yes.
So I'm telling Socrates, this module of mine, which is B application, under B application, references under B application, has this structure. If you want, if Socrates is starting out, pick those files to load in the Java class loader and represent them in the Socrates instance. Okay? So this is the information you have in the binder and the binder. Then there is what we call the DL, the document library. The document library is where you're structuring, you are giving yourself a structure of the folder. This is done manually. You're not going to drag and drop items. I'm sure you're used to languages where you look at dragging and dropping. But here you're going to do it manually. Okay? So, the document library here, I have, so for instance, the library. This is the root folder. Okay? And then now, here I'm showing the visual presentation layer. The visual presentation layer with the VB. Okay? I want someone to see, to be able to see. So I'm telling Socrates, for the client, just this is what I want you to do. Display to the user.
We are getting wrong. So binder means that you had access to the server, right?
No, is there any relation between BU and binder?
The binder is telling Socrates. Okay, for now, the binder is the document. Yes. So Socrates is saying this binder. So in this binder, the physical presentation layer is this class. The logical presentation layer is this class. And then the visual presentation layer is this class. So now, under the visual presentation layer, is you handle it with the document library, because that's where you're doing it. Okay? So you specify the binder name, which is this. You specify the binder name, and then you specify the class. And then this is just permission. Role giving him permission access. So I'm saying the library manager, now I'm giving him
Full
all the operations, I'm giving him access to everything. And this part of it is the visual presentation there. It's getting into it. But there's too much. Usually, what I'm doing is what you're supposed to do in 1 week, I'm compressing it to 4 hours.
Before lunch.
Like its name suggests, binding means it binds your brain, it binds your physical
Presentation layer
presentation here,
And
and
the
sorrow
and the visual layer.
and visual.
It is complete.
Okay.
The three architecture, the physical presentation layer, the shared presentation layer, and then the visual presentation layer. Using your binder in the install SRC,
Yeah.
you're able to know that, okay, this binder, this, you're able to tell all the classes involved in the module.
Okay.
Yeah.
And in document library, you give accesses to sort of users, like the access to this binder, or access for viewing.
Okay, first forget about the access. First ignore this. I will get to the binder. But let's just understand the binder without the views. The binders on the views are different.
Binder.
A binder can exist without a view. Binder is basically your document, okay?
That means
Pointer.
Pointer to the key classes of the document.
That means physical, shared, and
Shared and visual presentation. So the physical presentation and the logical presentation are defined inside the binder itself. So remember the physical presentation,
yeah.
the S class, and then the logical presentation, the DOM, is defined in the binder. Okay, forget about the access. So you have the binder name here, presentation. These are the classes. Okay, so then we have the visual presentation layer. We're saying this class, the binder name.
So it is the hardcore classes itself. I can see that in the package, assembly, app, server, and app. Right?
First, forget about the class. This is just a demo. You guys are going to take it. Forget about the class name. Because I'm going to escape ahead. I want us to go slowly. I'm just giving you the structure. Forget about the content. This can be anything.
Yeah.
Okay. So in the install SRC, for now understand there is a binder, and the binder has details about all the classes of our industry. Okay. Okay, I will stop at that. And then we are all loaded. There's too much. There's too much.
Almost
No,
3 minutes.
this is
I know.
this is
One thing
what-
is you don't need to understand all this for now.
Yeah.
You're going to work with this environment for
Yeah.
again and again. There are things that you will see and you go, this is what you want.
And
This is what you need.
this is in a kind of it is not possible.
Okay.
चार्जर एउटा मात्रै
आफै भइसक्यो मेरो भर्खर सुरु गरेँ 27 मा
Who told you we are finished? We are not finished.
No.
Yes. So, what I want you to do before we break off for lunch, I want you to take us the classes without anything in them. Then after lunch, we shall fill the class. Now, remember one thing is, if you don't understand everything, don't worry. I was also like that. Just, I want by the end of the day, whether you understood or not understood, you have a module that you get installed on your machine. Then we stop at that. Then we go back to the list tomorrow.
Okay, we are not informed.
Okay, so Okay, so we have the three source classes. Three source classes. Under the shell, I want you to create a package. Just create a package. Yes, you can right click new. I want you to create UN app. Yes.
Just close all. Right click. Close all. Back. And yeah, inside this. Right click. New package. New dot. Okay.
You done?
Yes.
So inside
Yes.
inside that package, I want you to create an interface. I want you to create an interface. C capital C underscore application.
New Java class.
Be an interface on the class.
Interface.
Underscore application. Capital A.
Capital C underscore capital I interface.
Capital A. Don't do the. I know the I is for interface. Naming convention, but here it's not that.
C underscore
Application.
application.
Yeah, let's get it.
Public.
Yes.
Okay.
So create another. So you done with that?
Yes.
Create a class called D underscore application. And before you create the class here, application. The class. This time is a class. It extends K document. You can add it. Browse.
Super
Type
class.
K document. Type up there K document. Type document. This is the one of Solo Canon. Solo. Yes. So the need to medicate. Now it's to medicate. Yeah, that's one. Okay. Not yet.
From where, bro? Super class.
Browse, yes. First
Super
of
class.
all, K document.
Key document.
Yes.
Key document.
Yeah, that's all right. Okay, stop. Don't do anything. Just K document.
Key document. Okay. Yes. Okay. Yes.
Yes. Double click. No. Oh yeah, double click. Yes. Double click on it. Yes. Stop at that. Are you there? Are you there? Let's go. So I want you to add an interface.
Interface also.
Yeah.
Okay.
On the very same.
Add
interface.
That is
C underscore application.
application. Okay.
Yeah, C underscore application. So you realize in Java, we can have constant variables implemented in the interface.
Yes.
Okay, so that's what we're going to do. No.
Just a constant.
Abstract classes, you can have methods, but interfaces. If you're implementing, you can declare an abstract method without any body.
Yes.
Yes.
That
Yeah,
one is
just
declaration of it.
without the body, yes, without implementing it. So, okay, now you're done. You're all there. Finish. Finish. So you have that there. So I want you to get to. So what it's telling you is that the K document has abstract methods that need to be implemented. So you click and you accept it to implement, and then also it tells you serialization, how to make it serialized.
Add default.
Add construct, add constructor. Let's add
Add
the constructor
construct.
also. Yes.
Okay.
Add constructor. Add constructor. Okay. So get back there. Get back to the name, to the class, and add a serialized version ID.
Default.
Add default serialization version ID. Let's go back. Yeah. Click on the add version ID. So we are doing that because the shared jars, the classes in the shared jar, like in the DOM for instance, is used to move data from the client machine to the server machine. Remember I explained to the DOM structure. Yes. So you're getting the visual presentation layer data, and then you take a look at the physical presentation layer data. So all that movement over the internet requires a bit of serialization. Roughly. Yeah, you explained it very well the other time. So that is done. So you're giving yeah, that's fine.
Save. Just save it.
Save.
Save and
That is
disappear.
that is now that's what. So I want you to do one thing. Okay, I'll just show you. I want you to modify that constructor the way I've done it here. Just okay, forget about this. Let me highlight what I want you to do. Don't do any other thing other than what I've highlighted.
Application.
Ignore the rest, right? No, I want you to modify. Just modify the existing one, not put another one. Just remove the variable. Yeah. And then remove the
Name and
remove the
application and new.
remove the variable in the constructor.
This one. Yeah.
Not in the super, the constructor of the class that we created.
Constructed of the class. This one.
Yes. Just remove it. Yeah, just remove it. Just remove it. Okay, that is done. Is it you stop? Are you people good to go?
Can you do
No, we don't do that.
Okay.
At least now I'm not going to talk so much about the class. I want just you create the classes, just the class, creating the class. Then I will explain it. After lunch, you will get